Hi friends, so this is Tuesday, April 7th, and we are going to continue looking at character traits and how a character changes from the beginning of the story to the end of the story. And as we finish reading the second part, I want you to think in your head, how did Moose change from the beginning to the end of the story? So just to refresh your memory, I'm going to pull up the story. So yesterday we read pages 1 through 10. Remember, we can see the page numbers on this side. Today we are going to read pages 11 through 14. So today is much shorter. So we're going to go ahead and get started. As you're reading, as you're listening to me read, I want you to think character traits versus character feelings. Remember, they are different. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Moose watched the bigger moose. He didn't want to get into a fight with them. Magpie asked, "Why do moose make bad boyfriends?" "Why? Because they get new girlfriends every year." Moose decided to return to his meadow. Magpie sang to him all the way home. Why do you think Magpie is singing to Moose? Well, if I think about the story, I know that Magpie likes to tell jokes and be a trickster. So I think that Magpie is actually trying to make Moose feel better by singing him a song because he didn't want to get into a fight. Okay, so let's look at this piece of information. It says bulls challenge each other for a cow's attention. The strongest bull, usually with the biggest antlers, gets the cow. Bulls don't eat as much as usual during the breeding season, which is called the rut. Okay, let's look at page 12. The weather was cold and it began to snow. Moose tried to think of a riddle, but his jokes never seemed as funny as Magpie's. Magpie called down from her nest. "Why did the moose get a ticket for littering?" Moose went to scratch his head, but his antlers weren't there. The answer seemed clear. Because he dumped his antlers in the meadow. Antlers are made of bone. When they fall off, bugs, birds, mice, and other animals nibble on them. Deer lick the fallen antlers for extra vitamins. By spring, most antlers have disappeared or have been eaten. So what does that word nibble mean? The animals are nibbling on that. Think about when you nibble on something. They're eating little pieces. So question number 1 says, what happened to Moose's antlers and what time of the year did this happen? So I want you to go ahead and answer question 1 now. Pause the video. All right, let's keep reading. Moose finally had confidence in his joke telling. Why doesn't a moose change his long underwear in the winter? Magpie shook her beak. I don't know. Why? Moose giggled in a snorty kind of way. Because it attached to his skin. Magpie laughed and begged for more jokes. So now let's think about the word confidence on this page. So if you look at question 2, it says, what does the word confidence mean as used on page 13? Moose finally had the confidence. What do we think that character trait means? I want you to go ahead and write the answer to question number 2 on your paper right now. Pause the video if you need to. Moose said, okay, so 2 moose walked into a lodge. Oh, Moose is so funny. So I want you to now think about question 3. How did Moose's character change from the beginning of the story to the end of the story? He changed in many ways. So I want you to think about one way that Moose changed from the beginning to the end. I want you to write that down for question number 3. Okay, so boys and girls, we have now read the full Moose and Magpie. So you have 3 questions to answer today. Remember that you can go ahead and answer those questions on a piece of paper and write it down. All right, friends, have a great day.